Good evening, Tallahassee. I am student meteorologist Sammy Squires.
And I'm student meteorologist Brooke Richardson. We have a great show for you today. We're going to talk about the fall temperatures coming in along with our fall festivities we have here over at FSU Weather. And we're going to talk about this rivalry game we have coming up. Probably going to talk about some of the forecast for that weekend.
Maybe a chance of rain.
Maybe a chance of rain. Hopefully not. Fingers crossed.
No hurricanes.
Yeah, no hurricanes. We're going to keep those out of Tallahassee for you.
And we will have a great show for you guys today. And hopefully cooler temperatures as well to come in these next few days. I know my day was very nice. I laid outside, enjoyed the cooler temperatures.
It's definitely starting to feel like fall outside. Cooler temperatures are coming in. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show as well. And we're also going to talk about, we were kidding earlier because we do have that rivalry game coming up, but we are going to try to keep those hurricanes out of Tallahassee, and we're going to tell you a little bit more about that a little bit later. But right now we're going to go ahead and send it off to Michael, and he's going to give you an overview.
Tallahassee, actually today in Tallahassee it was 88 degrees, and we started out in the upper 60s at 69 degrees. Our high was pretty close to our record of 93, but we were nowhere near our record low of 40. Current temperatures in Tallahassee is 85 degrees. Our dew point's at 64, but look at that, look at the wind. Our wind is at 16 miles per hour with gusts of 23. We'll tell you what's causing that high wind later in the show. Tonight's forecast, we're looking at us dipping into the low 70s at 74 degrees with winds of east of 5 to 10 miles per hour. And our weather headlines, we're going to continue with this mild weather all week. We're going to get rain later this week from a potential tropical disturbance, and low 60s are on the way. We're going to send it back to the desk now.
Yes, thank you, Michael. So we are going to talk about the hurricane season 2017. We've had 5 major hurricanes here.
Yeah, it started off with Harvey. We all remember Harvey caused a lot of damage over in the Texas area. Its maximum category that it reached was a Category 4, and it actually reached that at landfall. And that was followed by Irma, which, as we all know, it reached a Category 5, definitely recent in our minds, followed closely by Jose, which was a Category 4. Jose did not impact land.
It was almost a 5.
It was almost a 5, yes.
Strong hurricane.
We were expecting there to be 2 Category 5s because along with Jose, there was also Maria, which was a Category 5, caused a lot of damage over in the Leeward Islands. And then speaking of Leeward, we did have a Lee right after that, which was also a Category 3. It was a major hurricane. So we're definitely having a lot of major hurricanes this year, and the hurricane season is not yet over.
We have actually had 13 named storms in 2017, and compared to, we had 17 in 2005, but we had the same amount of major hurricanes, which was 5, as of 2005, but there was 6 in 2004, just the year before. So
yeah, we're hoping not to beat that record.
Yes.
We're hoping to keep it where it is right now. But we do have a potential area of formation off in the Gulf right now. And if that does become named, that will be that would be named Nate. So we're hoping Nate won't come see us here in Tallahassee this weekend. Hopefully the only hurricanes we see is Miami. But I would keep an eye out in the tropics.
Yes. Now we're going to send it off with Tyler.
Thank you, Sammy, and thank you, Brooke. We're going to take a look outside. This is actually from last evening from our great producer, Megan Berry. And this is the sunset, like around 7 o'clock yesterday evening off of Tennessee Street. You can see the vibrant colors and the high fair weather clouds, and that has been the case today. 85 degrees with a partly cloudy sky, filtered sunshine. The dew point is fairly comfortable, especially when coupled with that breeze, about 20 miles an hour, gusting at times up to 25 or 30 miles an hour. And the humidity is very low, so even though it's pretty warm across the region for this time of year, mid to upper 80s generally, except for low 80s in south northeast parts of our area in southern Georgia, still going to be very comfortable. And that's basically because we have high pressure to the north and an area of low pressure over South Florida. What that is doing, that's creating what we call a gradient of wind, and the stress causes wind to come out of the east at a faster pace. So that's important if you're going out to the beach or boating tomorrow, because we have waves of 5 to 7 feet that yields a small class advisory, and sunrise and sunset are getting even earlier for sunrises and earlier for sunsets as well, because we're past the autumnal equinox. On the sand, though, the surf will be 1 foot or less because we are on the Gulf, but you are going to want to wear sunscreen because the UV index is at 10, which is really high, and it's going to be a little bit higher in the western portions of our viewing area. That's where we'll see more sun. UV index breaks down like this. 8 to 10 is a very high risk of sunburn. You will get burned if you don't put on sunscreen or have other protection within 15 minutes. But for tonight, a very warm night. Lows are supposed to be in the lower 60s. We're going from mid-70s and a few clouds. So no umbrella needed. Probably not one for tomorrow. 5 to 10 mile an hour winds with highs once again cracking into the mid-80s. Let's take a long look at this 7-day forecast. Pretty benign weather Wednesday through Friday with mid-80s. Saturday, we'll have to watch for a little bit of a tropical wave coming from the south. That could cause some rain Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But as we get into Tuesday, we'll get some cold air coming through with the cold front passage likely. A 0% chance of rain on Tuesday. I'm looking really forward to this. A low of 60 degrees on Tuesday morning will feel very nice because we've been way above average the last couple of days. Now we're going to send it back to the desk. Oh, going to send it off to Brooke. Sorry, Brooke.
You're good. Thank you, Tyler. And we're going to go ahead and take a look around the rest of Florida. I know we were focusing a little bit on Tallahassee, but around Florida, we are not seeing any current conditions right now in the 90s. So that has got to feel great. Fall is definitely here. I know it's looking pretty great over in Fort Myers. I know 78 is still a bit warm, but it is the cool point right now, and those are due to some showers that we have currently in the area. I know Tallahassee, Pensacola are in 85. We're looking a little bit warmer as we go further to the south. We're looking 85 in Key West. So Key West is kind of seeing the same temperature we're having right now. Jacksonville, a little bit cooler at 79. Our satellite and radar is pretty clear around the entire state of Florida except for these few showers that are coming in near West Palm Beach. Those are due to this system out here in the east. Hopefully that will go away. But for right now, we're looking pretty dry around our area through right now. Our current winds are slightly slower than up in the northern panhandle, but as we go further through the peninsula, our winds are getting a little bit higher. I know Miami is seeing some winds at 23. West Palm is seeing some temperatures at 21 miles per hour, and those could be due to the showers we were just seeing through that area. Here's our current dew point. Our current dew points are slightly higher in the southern peninsula. We have 77s all throughout Fort Myers, Miami, Key West. West Palm Beach in that area, a little bit lower at 75. Jacksonville is pretty low at 67, and Pensacola is our low point right now at 60. Here is our dew point scale. So these are what those dew point scales mean. We're all in the oppressive and uncomfortable stage. So it is a little bit humid outside. And here's the water vapor in our area. We see these green are areas of moist water vapor, and the orange is the areas of dry water vapor. So a little bit drier in the mid-peninsula. Tonight's forecast is a little bit cooler. I know we're looking a little bit warmer in the southern peninsula. West Palm Beach is a warm 83. In Tallahassee, Pensacola, we're looking a little bit cooler in 67. And tomorrow's forecast is looking copy-paste as today. A little bit of showers in the southern peninsula. And we're actually forecasted to see a 90 over in Tampa. But right now, we're going to go ahead and send it off to the desk where Charlie and Sammy are going to talk about some events.
Yes, we are going to transition it into talking about events coming up in the weekend. Have you ever been to First Friday?
I haven't been to First Friday in Tallahassee. No, Sammy, I haven't.
So it's at Railroad Square. It's really cool. I love it. I've been there a few times. It's very cool. They have local art galleries, live music, food trucks, glass blowing. Not for the whole family. So if your family's coming down for the Miami game, it may be a cool thing to do.
Right, and on top of the Miami game this weekend, on Saturday, we've got the Downtown Get Down, Railroad Square on Friday night. Food, drinks, they're going to have a couple food trucks, some live music as well. The band that I hear is supposed to be there is 2 Foot Level.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so should be an interesting way to kick off the weekend, get ready for Miami football game on Saturday.
And I know on top of that, the 6th and the 7th, so Friday and Saturday, there's a Greek festival.
The Greek festival as well, so if you like to get some gyros, some dolmades, some good Greek food, listen to some Greek music, hop on onto the Greek festival.
That's the Greek Orthodox Church on Phillips Road. So plenty of events for you to check out. We also have an event on the 5th, the Full Moon Paddle.
That's right. That's going to be out at the FSU Campus Rec. We got that full moon coming in on the 5th, and it starts at 6 p.m. and you can go out there and paddleboard, kayak around the lake with the light of the moon lighting your way.
Yeah, it'll be very cool. The waterways are very pretty there. I love going there. Also on October 5th, at the Upperman Music Hall, the university, is it the
Philharmonica? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's another cool event to check out. There's plenty of events to go see this weekend. So it's a very fun-filled event.
Lots of things going on. Lots of things
Yes,
going on for
definitely.
anyone coming in town for this Miami game. It's going to be an absolutely huge game. Did you
Yes.
get your tickets yet?
I did, but I was in the third window, so I asked someone to get me a ticket. If you're not in the first window, it's hard to get a ticket for the game, but it is an exciting game, so that's why it is very competitive.
That's right. Even if you don't get a ticket to the game, it's always fun just to go down and see the environment and
Yes.
have some nice beverages, stay hydrated, some good food around the game, and prepare for that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited for that game. Are you? What do
I
you?
am very
what do you
excited
think?
for the game. I'm a little worried. We got Miami 3-0. We've got Miami sitting at 3-0. FSU just got their first win last week.
Yes.
Hopefully they can keep
another
that train
one.
going. That's right.
Yeah, definitely.
That's right.
Yeah. So plenty of cool things to see this weekend. And now I'm going to take a look at the wall. So this was a photo that was taken today. It was very beautiful out today. Like I said earlier, I was laying outside today enjoying the nice weather and the cool breeze we had. But on top of that, we are currently sitting at 85 degrees. Look at that, humidity at 50%, which is very low, which makes it very comfortable for us. 16 miles per hour winds. So the winds were pretty gusty today. Our current temperatures all around the Big Bend area, 85 Tallahassee, 86 in Bainbridge, all the way to 81 in Valdosta. So we are staying pretty much in the 80s. Look at that, no cloud cover pretty much throughout our whole area. So it was a very beautiful day. Hopefully you got to go outside as well. Our current air quality is in that greenish yellow area, which is pretty good actually. And I know our pollen count goes down on Wednesday all the way to 7.2, but by Friday it goes back up to 11.4, and that is juniper and oak that we are keeping track of. Our evening planner, 79 will be right around 7 p.m. We'll be dropping all the way down to 73. But look at that, 10 p.m. we're going to be at 75. So it will be very comfortable outside tonight if you're planning on spending the night outside as well by going stargazing. It will be a nice, cool night for you. Tomorrow's outlook, plenty of sun and low rain chances too. 85 just like today. We also have a light wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. And the week ahead looks to be very pleasant actually. We are sitting around 85 for most of the week all the way to Saturday. 40% chance of rain. Hopefully those chances go down, but with that higher temperature, 89, we could be seeing some possible chances of rain. 20% on Sunday with some chances of clouds, but it will be getting a little bit cloudier on Monday with also 40% chance of rain. Next Tuesday, hopefully will be beautiful. We have a 0% chance of rain then, so that could increase or decrease later in the week. But we will be sitting pretty much around the mid-80s throughout the whole rest of the week. And night temperatures will be in the low 70s all the way lower next Tuesday. So now we're going to take it off with Tyler. What do you have for us?
Well, you did a great job with our local, but I'm going to take things a little bit wider perspective and look at the entire United States. First thing you notice in this map, 43 degrees in Billings and very cold, near record cold conditions for Montana. That is because they have a snowpack. And with the snowpack, you're not really going to be able to warm up because the ground is not bare, it's covered, and most of that heat's able to escape. Where there is no snow, it's still pretty cold, but not as cold as it is near Billings, and you can play spot the front. 64 degrees in Minneapolis and 83 degrees in Kansas City with clouds. The front's right through there. East of there in the rest of the United States, really warm conditions all the way up into Ontario, Canada. It's 83 degrees right now in Detroit. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar. As I said, there was a significant snowstorm in Montana. We do have a bit of an impulsive energy with a low pressure center across the center of the country near Minneapolis in the state of Minnesota. Further, we also have a lot of rain near Tevin's neck of the woods in Little Rock, Arkansas, and northwestern Arkansas, and that extends down to southeast Texas, where they definitely don't need any more rain. Water vapor shows basically the same thing, and a little bit of the dry slot going through California. Let's take a look at the winds. If you've been outside, you know it's been very windy, especially across Florida, but much of the rest of the country, though, has seen winds over 10 miles an hour, which is above average, mainly because we have a big jet stream dip in the center portion of the country. So if you know anyone in South Dakota, I know that's a tall task. They are looking at freeze warnings for tonight, and small craft advisories extend all the way south into South Florida because of the amount of wind we're getting between the high pressure to the north and the low pressure that's developing off of South Florida. For tonight, though, the western portion of the country is going to be very cold. Got a very strong southerly flow up the Gulf to Chicago. That's going to be making for a very warm day tomorrow in the east and very cold if you're traveling out west. Now, you know, I made a mistake last time, but I'm definitely not going to make one this time. Brooke, take it away.
So I know we were talking about those snowstorms with Tyler up in the north, but that is not the case over in the southeast. And we are actually seeing some watches, warnings, and advisories across our entire area. And this lighter purple area is small craft advisory, and our entire southeast region is highlighted by the small craft advisory warning. So if you are planning on taking a plane out, I'm not sure how many of you fly or are planning that, but if you are, just be aware that there is a watch and warning for that. And this darker purple area is a warning for some high surf. So we do have a high surf warning along the coast of Florida, and that is actually due to a high pressure system we have to the north and a low pressure system we have to the south, causing this sort of like rift in between it, and that's just messing up the waters, making high surf. So if you are planning on going out in the water, just be aware that the surf is not ideal for that right now. We do also have some flood warnings along some rivers throughout central Florida near the Orlando area, and we have some more of those in New Orleans, Louisiana, and we even have a smaller region over here in Texas, and we also have another high surf warning in the southern tip of Texas. Now we're going to go ahead and see the current conditions. As I was saying, we're definitely not seeing those snowstorms here in the south. I know we are super excited because we aren't seeing any 90s over there, but we are all in the 80s, 70s, but that is not reaching the fall we all know and love. Our low points are over in Atlanta at 77, Wilmington at 76. Pretty nice up in Wilmington, actually. 76, sunny, so really good area to be right now. So if you are in that area or know people in that area, just give them a shout out. Be like, hey, head outdoors. But other than Wilmington and Montgomery, we are seeing clouds throughout our entire region. We were even seeing some showers over in the west. Our 24-hour temperature change, so you can see we're having, the blue areas are drops in temperatures, and the red, yellow areas are areas of rise in temperatures. So it does look like the temperatures are dropping over to our west, and it looks like it's coming this way, but I wouldn't be expecting it. So here are our current winds. They're pretty light and variable in our area. Miami is at 23, which is a bit high. Other than that, there's nothing significant going on. Here's our satellite and radar. Same thing, nothing significant going around the major part of our area. I know Texas is seeing a lot of showers, and so is southern Florida. Here's our UV forecast. It is a little bit lower than we've been seeing over the summer. It's still pretty high though, so if you are going outside, just be aware that you probably do still need to wear sunscreen even though those temperatures are lighter. Here's our current heat index. Nobody's seeing 90s except for poor old Key West and Miami. They are seeing higher at 95 and 92. Tonight's forecast is a bit warmer. We're seeing 60s and 70s throughout the entire region, and tomorrow is looking beautiful in the 80s and 79 over in Wilmington. But now I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to the desk.
Thank you for that, Brooke. We got a very exciting weekend, very exciting week coming up. What do we got on tap for this week?
Well, this is Miami week, and the main show is going to be the Saturday 3:30 game against the Miami Hurricanes from Coral Gables.
That's right, and you see right there we got a temperature at kickoff right at 88 degrees with 40% chance of rain. Hopefully that'll clear up and we won't have too muddy of a football game.
I know, but we had very poor passing, so we had good rushing against Wake Forest. So if it rains, maybe it'll help our chances of winning. Although it's not going to be fun for the fans, but if you want to see another Wake Forest game against FSU, you got an option.
That's right. Women's soccer taking on Wake Forest at Winston-Salem, North Carolina tomorrow. First touch is at 3:30 with a beautiful day forecasted for them. Not a lot of clouds, 74 degrees at kickoff.
I am actually very jealous of Wake Forest for the first time in my life at that 74 degrees. But the main show is going to be the game, but we also have another game, a volleyball game tomorrow against Miami.
That's right. The FSU women's volleyball team is taking them on, and Miami is ranked, I believe, 8th in the ACC overall. Or I'm sorry, no, Florida State is ranked 8th overall. Miami's at 9-1 with FSU trailing them. Hopefully they can pull out a win and foreshadow a little bit for Saturday.
We are very tough to beat at Tully Gymnasium tomorrow. We only have lost one game all year in Tully, even though we've lost 5 games all year. So,
be interesting to see, and hopefully they can get Florida State football pumped and ready for a win of their own on Saturday. I'm going to take it out to the wall right now. Take a look at the local conditions. Right now at Tallahassee International Airport, we have 85 degrees, partly cloudy, with a dew point of 64 degrees. Seeing that 50% humidity, winds out of the northeast at 16 miles an hour, with gusts all the way up to 23 degrees. Looking at the satellite and radar, you can see these shadows moving from east to west. Definitely see that easterly flow. Not a lot of moisture going on, not a lot of rainfall, but we do see a little bit of those fair weather clouds that we've been seeing walking to class. Golf index for Wednesday, we have a breezy day in the morning with winds gradually picking up throughout the day, giving us a 4 out of 5 on our golf scale. Definitely get out on the early tee times if you want to play a nice clean round. Looking at tonight's forecast, we have temperature of 74 degrees, very few clouds. Those winds keep pushing things out of the way, not giving a lot of chance for things to get set up and get moving. The winds, like I said, out of the east, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Looking for tomorrow's outlook, we see a temperature high of 85 with plenty of sun. Very low chances of rain, but not 100% out of the question. We see those winds shifting directions from out of the southwest, which would bring some more moisture up from us, and you see those rain chances increasing and reflecting that. Looking on to Tuesday's highs, we see 86 degrees St. Mark's, 86 here in Tallahassee, 84 a little further north in Quincy and Bainbridge, as well as Thomasville. Towards the coast, Carabel 84, Apalachicola 85. So pretty much about 85 all the way around. Looking on to the 7-day forecast, we see those temperatures in the mid to high 80s. Saturday, you see those rain chances increasing for that football game. Hopefully, that will not ruin it for the fans out there, but it may cool off the players and make for an interesting, muddy game. Monday, still have a 40% chance of rain, and Tuesday, clear 86 with a low 60.
Thank you, Charlie. So it looks like to be a pretty nice weekend, besides the 40% chance of rain.
You know, for me, I'd be in a deluge if I could see a Miami loss and FSU win against
Yes, we don't like
Miami.
hurricanes.
No. Irma and Hermine definitely weren't very fun events around here. But you know what is going to be a fun event the next 3 days? There's going to be no rain. Look at those temperatures, mid-80s.
Yeah, very nice. Much like today and yesterday. They were very beautiful. Light winds, too. So hopefully it'll be a good time to get outside. Enjoy the weather.
Yes, enjoy it. And, Friday night we had that, as you were saying, the Downtown Get Down at College Town.
Yes.
There's a concert there, and there shouldn't be any rain for that time, but we get the rain coming out of the south for the weekend. Hopefully it doesn't turn into another storm. That's always a possibility.
Yes.
But October's a really dangerous month to be on the west coast of Florida.
Yeah, but hopefully those rain chances go down a little bit.
And then after that, even if we do get rain, 60 degrees next Tuesday morning.
Very cooler temperatures, very nice. But as always, make sure you do follow us and like us on Facebook.com/FSU Weather.
You can also follow us on Twitter.com/FSU Weather. And also, if you didn't see enough of our lovely faces today, you can stream us anytime at livestream.com/FSU Weather.
Yes.
So,
and Instagram.
we always have to give Instagram the love too.
Yes.
But I really hope we can pull out a win Saturday and go back to 500. It's not used to having a losing record.
I know. Hopefully we get that win in. I'd love to see that.
Yes, but you know what I'd love to see? Your faces back here tomorrow to watch another edition of FSU Weather. We definitely will have something planned for tomorrow, especially if we can get Nate to form next week. But for all of us at FSU Weather, I'm student meteorologist Tyler Van Harten.
And I'm student meteorologist Sammy Squires.
And you guys have a great night. See you tomorrow, and most importantly, go Knowles.